Hey everyone, welcome to this explainer. Today we're diving deep into the absolute beast of a system that powers your car. We're going to start right at the fiery core of the engine and zoom all the way out to how you can safely maintain it in your own garage. I mean, think about it. Inside that metal box right under your hood, there are over 100 tiny parts moving with millisecond perfect timing. And they're doing all this just to contain a violent 2,000 degrees Celsius environment of constant explosions. It's an incredible feat of engineering, and today we're going to decode exactly how it all works together without just melting down into a puddle. So here's our game plan for today. We'll start by going inside the engine block, then we'll look at timing and combustion, check out the engine protection systems, talk about garage safety and preparedness, and finally cover proper lifting and tools. Basically, we're mapping this machine from the inside out, looking at the anatomy, the fluids that protect it, and the vital safety gear you need as a human to work on it safely. All right, section 1. Inside the engine block, cylinders and pistons. Let's start right at the foundation of the engine. This heavy-duty cast iron or aluminum cylinder block houses the intense pressure of combustion. It is built to withstand extreme punishment, and honestly, if this block cracks, your engine is essentially just scrap metal. Now, what's really interesting is how the number of cylindrical holes inside that block, literally the cylinders, completely dictates your car's personality. More cylinders, way more power. That's exactly why you see 8 to 12 cylinders in luxury and sports cars, though it definitely comes at the cost of higher fuel consumption. On the flip side, 3-cylinder engines are absolutely ideal for those highly fuel-efficient city hatchbacks. Inside those cylinders, you've got pistons furiously pumping up and down. Sitting right on those pistons is a tiny but absolutely crucial part, the piston rings. There are 3 vital rings here. The top 2 seal in the gas compression so nothing leaks, and the bottom one controls the lubricating oil. If these guys wear out, oh man, your engine starts smoking, it loses power, and you are staring down the barrel of a quick $15,000 repair bill. Which actually brings up a really cool mechanical question. These pistons are thrusting rapidly up and down in a straight line, right? So how on earth does a straight up and down motion become circular to actually get your wheels spinning? Well, think of a bicycle. It's the exact same concept. Just like your legs push down on bicycle pedals to spin the gears, your car uses a connecting rod and a crankshaft to convert those straight vertical pushes into smooth rotational movement. That connecting rod, which is made of high-strength steel, pushes the crankshaft to turn that intense explosion into smooth driving momentum. Moving on to section 2, timing and combustion. Precision is power. Up in the cylinder head, the engine needs to breathe and ignite fuel with absolute split-second precision. Now, $50,000. That is a number you literally never want to see on a mechanic's invoice. Here's how it happens. You've got this egg-shaped camshaft controlling the breathing valves, and it relies on a timing belt spinning at a precise 2-to-1 ratio with the crankshaft. If you ignore replacing this belt at the recommended mileage and it suddenly snaps, your pistons are going to smash right into your valves, and your engine repair costs will skyrocket over 50 grand. Okay, so once the air and fuel are in the cylinder, we need a spark. The spark plug fires off an incredibly high-voltage electrical spark. We're talking 20,000 to 100,000 volts here, at the exact microsecond dictated by the car's computer, the ECU. Timing is everything. If the spark is early, your engine knocks. If it's late, you lose massive power. Oh, and fun fact, assuming you aren't driving a diesel, of course, diesel engines don't even use spark plugs. They rely purely on compression. All right, section 3. Engine protection systems, oil and coolant. With thousands of metal parts crashing together every minute under all that heat, the engine absolutely relies on 2 major fluid systems to keep from destroying itself. First up is the lubrication journey. You've got about 4 to 5 liters of oil resting down in the bottom oil pan. The oil pump pressurizes it, the filter cleans out any dangerous debris, and then it gets pushed through these tiny little galleries. Look, skipping your routine oil change might save you a little cash today, but if you run it dry, the massive friction will literally weld your engine block completely solid. The second protection system is cooling. You must use a precise 50-50 mix of antifreeze and distilled water to maintain a happy 70 to 90 degrees Celsius operating temperature. And here is the absolutely crucial takeaway. Never, ever just pour regular tap water into your radiator to top it off. The impurities in tap water will circulate and slowly rot your entire cooling system right from the inside out. Which brings us to section 4, Garage safety and preparedness, protecting the human. We know how the machine protects itself, so let's zoom out to the garage floor, because one wrong move around this heavy machinery can go south really, really fast. Consider this terrifying reality. A veteran mechanic, working entirely alone with a numb hand, once got caught in a running fan belt. He eventually lost consciousness and lay there bleeding for 3 hours all by himself. Luckily, he only lost his fingers. It's a chilling reminder of exactly why strict shop rules are absolutely non-negotiable. So basic safety begins with eye protection and knowing exactly where your emergency flushing station is. Car fluids are toxic and totally unpredictable under pressure. You should always be wearing wraparound safety glasses to protect your eyes from acidic battery fluids, random oil splatters, and scalding hot coolant. Let's run through some core shop rules. First, never work entirely alone. Have an ABC tri-class fire extinguisher nearby, along with some oil dry, which is essentially just fragrance-free kitty litter, ready for chemical spills. Keeping your workspace free of random clutter is vital, but critically, leaving your hair down or wearing loose clothes around a running engine is just a recipe for disaster. A properly fitted mechanic's jumpsuit is your absolute best defense against getting dragged into moving parts. Finally, Section 5, proper lifting and tools, elevating 4,000 plus pounds. If you need to access the underside of the vehicle to change that oil or inspect the frame, remember, you are dealing with over 4,000 pounds of heavy machinery that must be strictly stabilized. You can't just lift a car from anywhere. You absolutely must use the factory-designated lift points on the rocker panels, suspension cross members, or solid axles. Always check the manual. If you ignore this and lift from the wrong spot, the jack could easily crush the body of the car, or, much worse, dangerously slip right out while you're working. And let's talk about the tools of the trade. While you might use a hydraulic hand pump floor jack at home for a single corner, professional shops use these massive hydraulic lifts equipped with hoist arms that balance perfectly at the car's center of gravity. So, the golden rule here is this. Always work on firm ground and use square bases. Never, under any circumstances, slide underneath a vehicle supported only by a roadside tire jack. That flimsy little 4-point jack in your trunk, that's only meant for a quick tire change on level ground. To safely go underneath, the car absolutely must be resting on heavy-duty jack stands with stable, square bases. So, armed with the knowledge of how your engine breathes and how to safely navigate your garage, what critical piece of vehicle maintenance are you going to check under the hood today? Whether it's inspecting that timing belt mileage, topping off your distilled coolant mix, or just finally upgrading those safety glasses, the health of your vehicle and your own life is officially in your hands. Next time you turn the key and hear that engine roar to life, ask yourself, are you just a passenger or are you the master of the machine? Get out there and get to know your car.